at 2 a.m. Take my shirt off. I'm a rapper.
Man,
Then I
YouTube be
run
taking
back in the
forever to
house.
load. I ain't trying
I
to
see that
disrespect
one lady.
YouTube like that.
No, it's too late.
Ugh.
Let me stop. It's Monday. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. It's the
He said it's
beginning of the week.
Monday. Like that changes everything. Bitch said that just changes everything. Oh, it's Monday. Let me stop.
Sometimes, man.
Let me look up my watch. Oh, I forgot it was Monday. Oh, look, I forgot. Let me stop.
Yeah, I'm like when I was a kid, I loved Monday and I hated Friday. And I'm the opposite.
You the opposite?
Yo, I used to
Wait.
stand Friday.
Why?
I don't know. I was just like, I was more like focused back then. Like as like a third grader. Like I was like, I want to learn. Like Monday came, I was excited. I'm like, Monday Night Raw, come on tonight, let's get it. Then Friday came, I'm like, man, whatever. Like it's Friday. Like,
You asked? Oh no, SmackDown came on Thursdays at that time.
yeah, that's why I was like, man, whatever. Like,
look at that.
like,
Look at that. We tell that
Friday
Devin how
come
old he is. SmackDown came on Thursdays when he was young. Look at him.
Hey, look. It is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people will listen to us and be like, man, there wasn't a SmackDown when we were watching. He's like, there wasn't a WWE, there wasn't a WWF. There was a WWF.
Yeah, that WWF had an extra W.
It was like we was watching NWA, the original version. Nah, but I don't know how to start this. I know how to start this. Hold on. Hello, all, and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson Jr. Devin Lee Crimes, the man alongside me. Devin, how you doing today?
I should have reacted to that. Like, oh, he poked me in my eye. It hurt. But I'm doing not too bad. It's Monday, start of the week. Can't complain.
Yeah, nah. Well, after your complaint about how Fridays like destroy your attitude, I don't know. I don't know. That was in the past. This is a new Devin. Yeah. This is the new improved.
That was the past. I'm trying to scratch the fight for the present to make a better future.
I like that. That was positive, uplifting. Well, you know what? What more do you expect from the Devin Lee Crimes? Obviously. But I didn't bring you here today. I really wanted you, almost pleaded to you. I was like, Devin, please.
Man, yank me out my chair at work. He said, get over here now.
I had to call Devin's boss. I was like, look, if you don't bring this man on here, I probably won't give him an intro for the next 4 weeks. I was like, come on, we got to do something. But yeah, Devin had to slide here, had to, because me and him watched Forbidden Door. There was no predictions. There was no live tweeting, mainly because I was so confused, to be honest with you. And when I mean, especially with the predictions, number one, we got insanely busy. I had hauled off with a bunch of work. Not only that, we just didn't know how the card was going to turn out. All the injuries that was coming through, everything that was going on. You didn't know who was going to be there, what was going to go on. And instead of keeping score and keep checking to see who won and all this, that, and the other, we just wanted to watch it. And yeah, that's something we did. And I'm not even gonna get into the buy-in show. We don't do buy-ins here. No offense to them there. But we had Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, Sammy Guevara going against Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. There it goes. I got that. I think I got that right. And I apologize if I got it wrong. But you can tell how hard it was watching this event. But this was to see who had the upper hand in blood and guts this Wednesday, I believe. And so, obviously, Devin, why did Chris Jericho need to win this match? And what was the reasoning for Chris Jericho getting the win in this match?
I honestly don't agree with him winning because I'm past Chris Jericho at this point. He used to be that dude, but now he irritates the mess out of me on a weekly Wednesday basis. But I mean, unless they're trying to make it more impressive for the other team to win come blood and guts, that's the only thing I can take it. Because I guess you look at it like, well, they got the upper hand, they got the advantage, and but they overcame. That's the only way I can look at it and justify like Chris Jericho and them winning. Other than that, I can't.
Right? Yeah, and no, I agree. That was pretty much the only reason, because Chris Jericho, they have been winning so many matches that is unnecessary at this point, Chris Jericho wise, and his glizzy eating club that is famously known here.
Sorry.
But,
I'm just used to hearing it in the review.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like it's bad. It is horrible. You know what? Matter of fact, there's a quote. This is a legit quote. I don't know which one it was, but he was like, "You know what turns me on? You know what gets my nipples hard? Being a part of this Chris Jericho Appreciation Society." And and it's a horrible accent, so I gotta equal it out with a horrible accent of his accent. It was awful.
I love being a part of the heel turn, but I'll never say that.
Yet. It's like, I won't say that yet. And I was like, no, but even going into this match, Shota Umino, I'm praying I'm saying this man's name right, because if I'm not, it's just a disrespect to him, because he was awesome in this match. A lot of the offense he did was pretty cool. He even did he hit the walls of Jericho on Chris Jericho. So it was pretty awesome. Is that obviously it's not called the Walls of Jericho in AEW, but I thought that was pretty cool in itself. And he took a lot. It was 3-on-1 for a minute, and he was holding his own. So it was pretty awesome how they portrayed him in this, NXT New Japan, getting their show, their showcase for the match, because it was pretty much 4 AEW guys and 2 New Japan guys. So it was cool, seeing that. But Chris Jericho getting the win is just highly annoying. And let's talk about this. Minoru Suzuki, Eddie Kingston. Obviously, as soon as they got in the ring, no fighting at all. 0 fighting. It was just, all right, let's slap each other in the chest. All right, let's forearm each other in the face. All right, you fall down. Good job. Like, it's just like how, and it's getting overplayed. We're seeing this a lot. Devin, what is your thoughts on that spot? Is that spot, what's your thoughts on that? Is that entertaining to you? Do you like that?
Me personally, I don't. And the more overplayed it gets, the more I'm just gonna turn my head to it, because it's the same rinse, repeat. Like you put it plainly, like it's literally like forearm, slap, boom, good job, that's it. I get it, like maybe they'll be like, oh my god, me. No, like it's once you see it so many times, it's just anybody can do that. Like I can just walk up to you and be like, man, me, like I wouldn't do that, but it's. I guess I like things where I look at it and be like, there's no way I could do that, like just right now. Like legit, I need to go practice and train for that for years, and then maybe I can get at a try. That's the type of stuff I look for. But it's just once something like that is overplayed, and then I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because every time that same exact spot happens, it was just so awesome. How was it awesome when it's the same thing? Now granted, somebody could say that, well, you could say that about a suplex. Well, you could say that about everybody's finishing move. Yeah, you could say that about a lot. But when you are in the beginning, when it's competition, and the first thing you do, you don't lock up. There's no like, like there's no start of the start of the match is, all right, we have a mutual understanding that we're just gonna hit each other. And obviously Minoru Suzuki is the oldest guy there. So he's obviously going to be the victor in this, the King of Strong style type. So it's just, I just found that kind of weird that a lot of people are just in love with that spot when it's just, I don't know. To me, it just slows the match down and it gets boring for me. So I just wanted your thoughts and opinions on that, because the next match, FTR went up against Roppongi Vice and the United Empire, Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Khan. Devin, your thoughts on FTR? I'm just going to spill it. FTR winning both IWGP and keeping their Ring of Honor champions.
I'm going to put it like this. I was scared when Dax had to go to the back for his shoulder. I was like, oh, no. How they gonna win this? Like, he all about, but he was able to come out and they was able to get the win, and I love it. I love FTR. They just, I don't want to sound like, oh my God, FTR, like I'm gonna just glorify them and everything, but they're great, and I know a lot of people can attest to that. And for them to now be having all the tag team go like that, that's some impressive stuff right there. And that match, like I said, when Dax had to go out, I didn't know if it was like a work or not. Like, I didn't know if he legit was messed up or were they trying to play it into the story. Maybe it was a legit, maybe like a Cody Rhodes thing. Like, they were just trying to work a real injury into it to make you enhance how the match turned out and make the win even better. But I can't complain at all with how that all went down. I mean, if Dax is legit hurt, I hope he okay. But other than that, it was good to me.
Nah, it was real good. I really liked it. I liked everything about it. I was just scared because when Dax went down and then he went to the back, I was like, oh man, it's wraps. I was like, not only that, it's wraps for their title. Yeah. We're gonna just have interim titles everywhere. Like, we're not gonna know who's the champion. But like, it's gonna be it's like we walk in with like a toy belt. You just walk in with a disguised toy belt. You're like, man, I don't know about you, but it's like, hey, he got injured. I'm like,
okay. I'm champion now.
Right, I'm the captain now.
I am the champion now.
Because I could just walk in with a Ring of Honor belt. And they're like, what are you doing, man? I'm interim champion. Who made you interim champion? What? Is it you? I'll be like,
I'm like, I don't see him here.
Right, he said, I don't see him here. There wasn't no wrestling since it's Jon Moxley just won, so that wouldn't make it fair. But if before this whole thing, I could walk in with the AEW belt, man. I'm interim champion, man. Y'all get up on my face. Like, Vacant ain't got nothing on me. Vacant gonna have to see me. Like, but man, we keep getting off on this thing. But when Dax went out, and you got to give it up to the AEW announcers too, and AEW and New Japan announcers, because especially Excalibur, because Excalibur was the first one. Dax, I ain't gonna lie. Cash was getting his ass beat. Cash was getting it done to him for like a good almost 10 minutes. And so he's reaching for a partner. Yeah. Man. He was like reaching for a partner. And like Dax wasn't there. So he's like looking at Roppongi Vice. And he's like, I got no choice. Like, so they was just like, so Excalibur's like, man, to think you just had to tag your way out of losing a championship. Like, you just I was just like, you're right. Like, that's true. Just imagine you getting your ass beat. I need help. The only people that can help me are trying to take my title. So it's just like, man, get me out of here. Like, I'm pressing the stun button, man. I'm gonna be stunned. I'm gonna roll out this ring and be stunned.
Roll out. Don't stand in my way and make me get up.
Right. I'm like Dax in the back getting stunned. I'm like, he been stunned for at least a good 25 minutes. He should be back anytime soon. But this is just me speculating. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. Is Dax missing out on this match AEW's way of hiding an actual injury that he has?
Quite possibly, because I would say it was just kind of weird how the match, it was right around the start of it, and then he had to spill and he went out, come back towards the that, because I want to agree with that in terms of the way the pacing of the match went and the timing. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I hate to say if he's if he was legit hurt, they just was like, okay, cool, just roll out for a minute. And then that's probably the safer way for him wise if he's hurt in that, like legit wise. But it's like I said, I'm gonna still stick with thinking that that's the idea of trying to like kind of preserve him in that match and still have the story have the same compelling feel to it without actually trying to make it worse for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely agree 100%. I don't know. It's just something I just thought of like just now. I was like, that's because it was just weird how out of nowhere, like, why would they need a spot like that? They're already the most top over baby faces in AEW. They would need no reason to, unless you're Excalibur, other than the Young Bucks. Every time it's something tag team related, they are the most amazing tag, other than the Young Bucks, though. Other than the Young Bucks. I'm like, man, dang.
Like, wait a minute.
It's like you try to press the button to to make the light change. He's like, man, you gotta go. You gotta wait for the Young Bucks to go soon. The Young Bucks gotta go through the crosswalk first. Stay here. They'll be back any minute. I'm like,
what are you talking about?
He's like, stay here. Don't go anywhere.
That's exactly what he. Man, I'm telling you.
Man, I was like, I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, every time he had something nice to say about a tag team, it's just, no, not the Young Bucks. Watch your mouth, Jim Ross. JR, I'll do that to you.
Don't go anywhere. That was funny. Anywhere. I gotta give you that one. That was funny.
But let's move into the fatal four-way. Pac, Malachi Black, Miro, and Clark Connors for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Newly found championship that just debuted in AEW a couple weeks ago. And Devin, your thoughts on the match as a whole?
I honestly went into this thinking that Miro was going to win. I thought he was going to get indestructible force that nobody could stop. And that wasn't the case. Well, it kind of was, but Pac was able to get I forgot who he tapped out to.
Clark Connors.
I figured, okay.
He had to.
Yeah. It was crazy towards the end, I'm going to say, but the crowd was chanting, "You deserve it" to him, and I was just like, you know what? He do. I ain't got a problem with it at all. And it's their new, mid-card belt, right? Alongside the TNT championship. Yep. Okay. Yeah, see, perfectly fine. It was a good action-filled match. Like I said, going into it, I legit was going for Miro to win, but hey, it's one of them results I can't complain with Pac winning. Being the first.
Yeah, to be honest, Pac was my third guess. Clark Connors was getting the pit. I'm sorry, he was last on the list, but Miro was gonna be second on my list because I thought because he had a great run with the TNT Championship, a phenomenal run until he lost to Sammy Guevara, and then Sammy Guevara couldn't beat Scorpio Sky. It's crazy stuff like that. So when you thinking about all that, you putting that into play, I thought Malachi Black was going to be the one to be the ghost, the Black Nightmare guy that's in the AEW that's holding the title that nobody can take from him and this that. It's like one of them cartoon anime style boss level kind of characters that he has the title. Nobody can stop him for it. He's going to have the longest reigning.
Yeah, this mystique about him.
It's like this mystique. Yeah. Something like that. But no, it was just, I didn't have a problem with it. Malachi Black spraying the mist in Miro's face. That was pretty awesome because it that saves a whole lot. But Pac winning, he's been there since day one for a long time. So him not even holding the TNT championship is a crime in itself. So him holding this title, I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I just hope he takes it a long way. I hope they do something with it. But that leads me to my next question. Tony Khan says he has a whole lot of belt designs. He's thinking about having a whole lot of belts. Can you have too many belts in a wrestling promotion?
Yes, you can. You definitely can have too many, and too many is not what you need. Championships. You want a championship to feel prestigious. You want it to feel like once you got it, it's you make it your own as far as you can take it. You having too many, it almost feel like everybody can get one. Oh, you ain't got one? Dang, my bad. I'll make you one here. You're going, it's just, I'm not saying that's exactly his motive for it. You just really just need obviously a top belt, a belt for the mid, and a belt for your tag teams, and your women's belt. Women's belt, I'm going to say. The women should have two belts as well. But I feel like they're fine right now. Unless they want to if they want to make their own women's tag team division at some point one day, that's fine. But I feel like that should be it. With this belt that they just got, I would say that's about it for all they need. So I don't see why he needs to design any more belts because it'll be too much.
Yeah, let me not.
I got sorry, one more thing I want to add. And also now, with their acquisition of Ring of Honor, they're going to also have the Ring of Honor belts, that's around on TV too. You're going to start confusing the people a bit. Because I just feel like some people are like, oh, I thought that was eight. No, that's Ring of Honor. Oh, they got the that's the IG. It's just too many already because you're such a open company where you're open to crossover, let belts come over. Too much, So if their one AEW brand has too many, and you also bringing in more, that's too much. That was my last little spiel with I had to add in the Ring of Honor one.
No, it's all good. No, because I agree 100%. Ring of Honor is in the way, but let me not be disrespectful. Let me quote the man. Let me actually say what he said.
Let me quote old TK.
Yeah, because
Tony.
This was talking about him having the AEW Trios Championship belts. So he said, I saw Dave reported it and nobody asked me on the record, but it's truthful that I have made the belts, talking about the AEW Trios Championships. He said, I made them a long time ago, to be honest with you, and they've never been seen. And I did have them made. I do have more championship belts in my possession that have never been unveiled than anybody might suspect. Then he goes on to say, the TNT Championship was in my office for months at the shows before anybody knew it was going to be unveiled. The Ring of Honor purchase, and now the great stable of championships and IP, and not only the legacy of past events, but the great slate of, I think, potential future events we can do with Ring of Honor. I'm getting a freaking heart attack reading this. Jesus Christ. And all there's no period nowhere for another
constantly going. It never ends.
Jesus. Now, potential future events we can do with Ring of Honor and all that kind of surprise. All that kind was a surprise to everybody that we kept under wrapped, that came together quickly. Whereabouts the Trios Championships is something I thought about for a long time. But there are more championship belts that people might think that I've made up my sleeve, and the Trio Championships are arguably the foremost. Jesus Christ, Tony, please, a period will be nice. You and Bianca Belair need to take a class together. Jesus Christ. But look, having a low lot of belts, this is gonna sound horrible, but like not everybody could be a winner. You will not know who's important or who's not. Having another belt when you realize you have a crap load of people and a crap load of talent, that makes sense. Like if WWE decides to call up 12 different women from NXT and bring them to Raw and SmackDown and split them up, that's 5 each. And the competition is stiff. All right, maybe a mid-card title's nice. Maybe bringing back the women's tag team championships will be nice. Another title there. When your women's division is strong enough, and when your women's division is great enough, not good enough, just great enough. And AEW, not just talking about the women's division, but all around, they have a whole lot of people, but you have another show to promote. Wow, if you have so many people, split them up, Rampage and Dynamite. If you don't want to do that, send some to Ring of Honor. You have Ring of Honor hasn't had a single promotion yet, hasn't done nothing yet, and yet we're just having champions run around. Here goes your title belt, Samoa Joe.
You said like they had a playground or something.
Like, all right, I have fooling around. Like that don't make any that doesn't make any sense to me. Like Ring of Honor isn't putting out anything. They had their last, send-off match. They had their last little send-off event. I don't mean to call it little, but they had their last event. And then you look at all the champions just going around. Deanna Purrazzo, she just lost her belt to Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez hasn't been on TV in I don't know how long. She's been on YouTube. She's a YouTuber. Why are you having a YouTuber on Ring of Honor? Granted, Ring of Honor has been on YouTube, but I've seen it in Vegas. Their events come out in Vegas, in that area, wherever they're at. So when you're looking at it like that, what's the point of having everybody with these belts run around? Bring them into your division. They don't got to sign, but they can show up. Jay White ain't signed, but he's showing up every once in a while to talk shit. Like, that's literally what he do. All I see this man do is walk in here. Yeah, Adam Cole, I ain't trying to fight you. Adam Page, 2-0 to the Switchblade, baby. That's it. Like, that's it. Like,
all you gotta say.
Yeah, that's all he says. And then he says, I'm the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Switchblade, baby. Like, I ain't got, what's the point? So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, too many titles. Tony Khan, relax yourself, please. It's not that deep. Not everybody can hold a title. Just build your characters to where they need to be, where we want them to at least compete, for a championship. Because having Adam Cole compete over and over and over again and just lose and be not trash. He ain't trash. Let me stop. But he ain't Adam Cole anymore. To me, he's just boring. It's just extra. So next match, Sting, Darby Allin, and Shingo and Shingo taking on the Bullet Club, which was the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo. Devin, look, I'm gonna say the spot that bothered me, and it's not the spot that you're gonna say because we're gonna go back and forth. The spot that bothered me is when they had Darby Allin in a headlock in the corner, and this man did a cartwheel, backflip, front flip, 3 kip ups, spun around, and gave Darby Allin a back rake, man. Just walked up to him, back rake. And then, it's your turn. So he grabbed Mac Jackson, cartwheel, spin move, jump up, kip up 5 times, crazy legs, on Zach and Cody, crazy legs. And then he back rakes Darby Allin. Devin, if I had to, and the crowd loved it. When I go on YouTube, the one guy on YouTube actually said this. He said this spot is gonna make a particularly somebody angry. And as soon as he said that, I knew exactly who he was talking about.
It was talking about you.
He was talking about me. That's exactly who he's talking about, and he was right. Because I was like, what the hell am I? And the crowd is just like, whoa, oh, yeah. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, I don't care about like AEW style versus WWE style. Because I like some of the AEW style. I just want to watch TV. I just want to watch wrestling to where I can watch it with somebody that don't watch wrestling and don't have to make it make sense or explain it. I can't explain why a guy just fell onto 5 tables and is still breathing and living to this day. I can't explain that Young Bucks spot that just took place. Devin, what bothered you in this match? Or did this match bother you? Maybe I'm just being angry.
As you just described that spot, I can understand that bothering you. But what bothered me is the nipple twisting. And the fact that had to come out of my mouth as I'm talking about a wrestling review makes it even weirder because I know somebody gonna listen and be like, what? Hey, what? Yes. You had Sting sit up there and no sale and nipple twist. And I'm just imagine somebody twisting the Undertaker's nipples, man. Come on now. Come on.
I seen a tweet.
That's what I'm saying. That made me think about it. Like
a tweet said that it was like, don't you ever, because it was Sting in the media scrum. It was in the media press conference, and he was just talking about the nipple twister because he went in and nipple twisted him back. So I mean, it's weird to say. It's grown men out here nipple twisted each other in the middle of the ring.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird, but it was a part of the match, so it got to be covered, I guess.
Exactly. And the crazy part of
sorry.
No, I'm saying
I thought seeing older Sting jumping off top of the stage would have irritated me, but that wasn't even the.
Nah, that's that too. Or Sting no selling super kicks while everybody else is falling on the ground. Like, what is he no sold this super kick just 3 weeks ago? That super kick laid his ass out. It doesn't make any. How can I explain that to somebody? Because somebody just 3 weeks ago he got super kick just like that, and he just I can't explain that. The tweet said that. It said, don't ever compare Sting legacy to the Undertaker anymore. You said the Undertaker would never be caught twisting another man's nipples in a wrestling match, which is true. Undertaker would not be doing none of that. Undertaker would be like, man, if Undertaker looked at us, he might just let He might just let the forbidden word. He might just put the forbidden word on us. He might just say it on us. For those that don't know, hey, watch the New Jack promo.
It's forbidden. Why you even telling people where to find it? You supposed to.
They know where to find it.
You supposed to just run into it on accident, like, oh, shoot, forbidden. Oops.
Well, it's only forbidden to a certain amount of people. So it's like Undertaker might throw it out on us. But yeah, that match was stupid. The Young Bucks lost, which was good. But they're saying that this is the Young Bucks are gonna lead to the Young Bucks and them winning the tag team titles is leading to them going up against FTR. And then they're gonna have a battle of the belts. Devin, what's your thoughts on that match? What's your thoughts on the creation of that? Do you think that's a good idea for that to take place?
Necessarily, I don't necessarily want to see it just because of just the stakes involved. If that's the case, like if I were to see that and see FTR just lose everything to the Young Bucks, I kind of would be like,
I throw up.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, if they just want to have like a little exhibition type of tag team where like it's nothing, but like I already know that's not gonna be the case. If that's the accumulates to that, I know the stakes will be higher, and that's where I'm like, if it go one way, I'm just not gonna know how to feel about it. So put in that way, I'm not gonna lean too far into it because I don't want to see those high stakes for that.
Young Bucks don't need that. They don't need it. They make me sick. Oh my God. And there's nothing against them as people. I have no problem with them as a person. I bet they're awesome guys. Yeah, like if they want to go to Red Robins one day, I happily pay. Nah, they got money. They can pay. But right, yeah, I'm like, matter of fact, y'all got money. Y'all pay for us twice.
You keeping the rich around here, man.
Yeah, right. That's true. But look, yeah, even looking at all that, like I don't know why people are in love with these guys, man. It just bothers my core. And it makes me sick. It don't make me sick like physically or like literally, but it just
hung over the toilet.
It bothers me so much. They ain't make it sound like I was reaching for something. Like it didn't sound like I was just reaching. I'm like, man. But look, Thunder Rosa went up against Toni Storm. And Devin, I was gonna say, you know what? Tell me what you think about that Thunder Rosa Toni Storm match. All right, I'm sorry. Your mic has been muted this whole time. That's why I was gonna tell you.
Oh wow.
I wasn't gonna tell you. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let this go. I was like, Devin, tell me how you feel about this match. So yeah, we heard nothing for a minute.
Oh my bad. I had some interference in the background. I was trying to.
I know. I saw cool. No,
shut it away.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing earlier, but no, I just had to have a little fun. But nah, what was your thoughts on the Thunder Rosa Toni Storm match?
The Thunder Rosa Toni Storm match. It was for what it was and the time that it had. It wasn't really. I hate to say it because it was the only women's match on the cards. I hate to just throw it and be like, it was it. But it was mad for me. Like I didn't really watch that match and was just like, oh shoot. Like it didn't wow me. I'll say that. I hate to say it, but it didn't for me. It just felt like a match that I could have seen on Dynamite, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, they definitely could have did a whole lot better. But that makes you think, is there going to be another match down the line? Is there going to be, because they're both baby faces, Tony, one of them could easily turn and be like, you know what, I'm sick of this. Let's get it. He can call it a day.
A match like that would need at least more either to the build up or it needs something else on the side of it. Like it's some matches that like you can probably not have a story at all and it'd be a fire match just because of the competitors and like what they can do in a match and maybe create a story during the match. A match like that was going to need just a bit more going into it that could give more excitement in terms of like what could happen And by them both being faces as well, you're gonna have to have some type of dynamic where one of them, like you said, is more easy to be like, you know what, I'm sick of this. I've been nice all this time. And bring something else out of it. But just that was just like a clean match, like just nothing shocking from it that I didn't expect.
Yeah, besides what them kicking out of finishers, like the usual. I don't know. They just need to be respected more. That's all.
Yes.
And shout out to Thunder Rosa. Her sad to say that her title reign isn't where it's supposed to be, but look, I'm just happy you have the title, and it only gets better. Put it like that. Will Ospreay went up against Orange Cassidy. Devin, earlier, I forgot which match it was, but in the AEW review, I said I can admit Orange Cassidy can wrestle, but I said wrestle a little bit because the match wasn't nothing that was going on. So I said Orange Cassidy could wrestle a little bit, but like I just don't understand the gimmick. Watching this match changed my mind, but I want your thoughts.
I agree. It's hard. I was watching this whole match, and like I'll put it like this: the last 5 minutes, I want to say, was the most exciting 5 minutes. Like I thought I wasn't gonna see. Between the near falls and just the reversals and just not knowing what was gonna, I had a feeling he wasn't gonna win Orange Cassidy, but it still gave me a feeling like it could happen. And it was just that moment where like a lot of that stuff, all the hands in the pocket, that stuff kind of just faded away. That was already played earlier, and this was just more fast paced. They may get to a little slow spot, but then they eventually just pick it right back up and go 100 miles per hour. That last 5 minutes made me go, you know what? Orange Cassidy, he not bad. He actually he good. Just once you erase all that extra, don't dig in my pocket or hands in my, all that stuff I really don't mess with. He's actually not bad. I feel like somebody probably out there like, you're just not seeing it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just not seeing it because I had to see this man hand in his pocket all day.
Man, I was like, you sound like he was a superhero. He's not bad. He's good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I can see, like, just whatever. But like that 5 minutes was just straight, just action. And I'm like, you know what? He can keep up. He can do this. And like, he's capable. He got a wrestling ability. Like I could, you see why he's there. It's just it's hard for me to look past just the extra stuff that he does with his character, and that's the issue. Like I just want to look at the wrestling performance and say that was good.
Yeah, I agree with that. The same goes for me. I don't really, as soon as you're in the middle of a match and you just stick your arms up, it just stops the whole. I just hate when the match stops. Like I hate when the match just completely stops. So for you to just, while somebody's running at you, you stick your hands up and they just stop running. What the hell, bro? He ain't move. Smack him. Like do something. Like, so stuff like that. That's stuff I have a problem with. But other than that, he could really wrestle. And I like Will Ospreay. I like I didn't like when it was weird because he dug his hand in Orange Cassidy's pocket. I was like, that ain't right. And then he pulls out his middle finger. I'm like, you. I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty good. I was like, you know what? You got me. Because I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, you're just weird. That's kind of weird. I was like, this is some weird behavior. I was like, I don't know what they're doing in New Japan.
Then what was they trying to cut his pockets out? And you got Jim Ross. He could just buy some more pants. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Just imagine you get jacked. Like, bro, I could just buy some more. Like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have the debut of Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio Castagnoli.
I was trying to do it.
Devin, your thoughts on the return of formerly known as Cesaro?
Look at that. I don't even know who that is no more. I'm just kidding. Look at that, man. We said that a technical wrestler was gonna be introduced. We got it in Claudio, and I'm not gonna try to mess up his name, but it was exciting, man. Like he had that energy, like I'm back, and now I'm back. It was exciting. Like it is. I'm not even gonna comment on the music. I like his music though. I'll put it like that. I know the song that it's from. It's a good remix of it. But his performance, I mean, it was. I would say, I mean, it's still Cesaro. I was gonna say Cesaro-esque, but I'm like, it's literally him. Like, I don't know why I expected anything different. It's just a different venue, a different company, but the same performer, same strongman, same everything. And him winning was great. I mean, I'd hate to see, all that energy and everything come in and you lose. What would be the point? And it helps because the other guy was just ready for Bryan Danielson, but that ain't gonna happen yet. But I can't complain at all.
Your thoughts on Claudio being a part of the Blackpool comeback? You know what's crazy? You know what they did? They did all that to Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta had to get smacked up. He had to get choked out by Jon Moxley. He had to get beat up by Bryan Danielson. William Regal had to slap him in the face, all just to get in that club. And Claudio just debuted.
Wanna know why?
Why?
Because he's not the Swiss Superman. like my breath smells so bad, it just go come through the mic and just go all up in everybody's speaker. But
I just knew where you were gonna go with it. I was like, man, as soon as he leaned back, lean up,
start spitting, coming out the Swiss Superman.
For those that don't see on the radio on Wild 110 and Apple Podcasts, it was like we're on Skype, we're on Zoom right now. Hello Zoom, man. We're on YouTube. Hello YouTube. And Devin has this thing where he leans up, so I just lean back expeditiously.
I just be ready, man. I be my strong points, but I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, and yeah, that's crazy that he just showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm in. Nice to be here."
And now I'm in.
And now I'm in. It makes sense what you said, but shoot, I mean. It's Claudio Cesaro. It's Claudio. I'm gonna get this Cesaro out. That's gone. That's
Claudio Cesaro.
That's the old day. It's away. It's a new day. No pun intended.
Now going into the Fatal 4-Way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Jay White taking on Okada. I'm not gonna try that first name. You got me. But the Hangman Page and Adam Cole.
Baby. It's been a while.
You know what? I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it out your system. I'm glad you got it off your chest. I'm glad. So you can explain to us how this man caught a concussion in the middle of the match, and they still continue. Your thoughts on just the whole Adam Cole incident?
The Adam Cole baby. I'm sorry, that's my last time. I just hope I get to say it even more. But yeah, I'm gonna be real honest. I actually did not catch when he got concussed. I just seen him just start to move a bit more sluggish, like, and he was about to get hit with the Rainmaker, but it didn't happen, and he fell down, and then next thing you know, he got rolled over for a pin, and he tried to kick out, but couldn't, and it was just awkward. And I was like, you didn't even get hit with any finisher, like, but I get it, that was probably an audible, like, let's hurry up and wrap this up. I don't want to make anything worse, and I'm happy for that because I feel like other competitors we just had, recently, Jeff Hardy had a concussion and he still went through the match and everything. Don't even remember what happened. That stuff's scary. I'm glad that somebody called out. I don't know if it was Jay White or the referee and said, "Hey, we got to wrap it up." And it's sad because that was a pretty fire little Fatal 4-Way match. I hate to even say Fatal 4-Way, but it was fire for the time it had and everything. It just, the ending was flat, but I understand. And I actually will look past a soft finish like that if it's in terms of keeping a performer safe. And for Adam Cole, I mean, he was already battling injuries coming into Forbidden Door, and now he's coming out still, hurting even more. I'm just hoping for a recovery for him, and I'm glad he was able to get through majority of the match. Like I said, the finish was awkward, but I understand why, and just wishing and hoping the best for Adam Cole, so I can continue to say Adam Cole, baby.
Dang, I'm gonna start calling you Britt Baker. And I was like,
chill out. I ain't no Dennis.
I ain't no. He said, "Chill out." I ain't no Dennis.
I ain't put together like that. I don't have my life together yet.
But look, no, you're right, Cole. Adam Cole really got it. It looked kind of scary because when Okada missed the Rainmaker, you thought it was like a part of it, but I guess he was supposed to get hit, and he was just on the ground, and it just looked like he just couldn't get up. He couldn't kick out. It was pretty crazy. And then the Young Bucks, Jay White got his title and dipped. Like he wasn't waiting on nothing. So I don't know what happened. So it was just kind of confusing. Excalibur did say that Adam Cole left on his own. So yeah, wishing for a speedy recovery. We hope everything's okay with him. Nobody really needed that title anyway. That's no offense to nobody in that match. Probably Okada, who just recently lost it. But yeah, just wishing nothing but the best. Jon Moxley went up against Hiroshi Tanahashi for the interim AEW World Championship. And look, this was a Jon Moxley match. I mean, there wasn't no barbed wire or explosions or fire, kittens on fire, nothing like that. But like, pretty much he was bleeding a lot. This man just laughing the craziest.
Because I'm just imagining like this is the regular Jon Moxley match. I just feel like in a box, just like that episode of SpongeBob when they had that box and they were just making all this noise and squibble. How are you guys doing?
Oh yeah, how y'all doing?
I just imagine you said that and they're watching a Jon Moxley match on TV.
I'm telling you, yeah, that's all the Jon Moxley match is. An elbow drop from the Willis Tower. Oh my God! Like, why you got to do all that?
Don't go anywhere.
Like, don't go anywhere. Like, dang, relax yourself. Like, it is not. We'll be back in picture in picture. Don't go anywhere. And Jon Moxley still falling with the elbow drop, like still in the air. No, but just thinking about that whole because Jon Moxley was bleeding profusely, obviously, hard hitting match like he's supposed to. But Jon Moxley walks away with the win, as we all expected. The only reason why we're not going deep into detail on these matches, it's not really much. So there was nothing that really stuck out here. And that's just me. When you're looking at, like, if I had to go over all the stuff that happened over and over again, think about it like this. There was an avalanche power driver. Avalanche power bomb. You know that the thing where it's like a tree, two guys on the top rope. Then there's two guys on the other rope, and there's one guy there holding the legs, and then they do that happened twice in back-to-back matches. Why? And then what? Like, and then expect you on the usual AEW match, AEW. I can't say pay-per-view because it usually happens every day. There's a table. Who had a table? The Fatal 4-Way match. Anybody else have one? Yeah. Usually there's multiple, but no, it was just one. That's like a world record right now. But like going back into the Jon Moxley match, your thoughts on Jon Moxley winning the AEW interim world championship?
Yep, Jon Moxley winning is exactly what we thought would happen. There's nothing wrong with that happening. And yeah, I mean, it was a typical Jon Moxley type of match, blood everywhere, and it's hard hitting, it's intense. And like you said, it's not really much to pull from it, and I'll be honest, I mean, just me, I was just worn out by that point, but it felt worth it towards the get together. You finally get main event, all right, AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley, he got the blood and everything. Other than that, I don't have much to really give for that. Like, it was just every time I looked up, I just see blood everywhere, and just and I was like, it's a Jon Moxley match. What am I? I'm not shocked. That man love blood.
I'm telling you, like, if I woke up in the middle of the ring, I'm like, man, what happened? There's like blood everywhere. I'm like, hey, is that barbed wire?
Just imagine if you had that first match and everybody got to wrestle on it. Like, unless they come and replace it, which I've seen.
Yeah, they replaced it out, man. Back in the 80s.
I was literally just watching that match, and I'm like, you mean to tell me everybody had to like go and wrestle on top of that mat? Like, you're not gonna change that? I just see a little dirt, like I don't know what to call it. Like, it was dirt,
blood puddles. It was like,
yeah, but like they soaked in and everything. I'm like, that is too hardcore for me.
That's why I couldn't stand watching the Rock matches, because he would just spit anywhere, and I'm like, bro, like people got to wrestle on that, bro. Like, I'm like, that's just trifling. I probably start watching these Dwayne Johnson matches. He just,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Please,
spit.
I'm like, relax yourself. But no, that was pretty much AEW Forbidden Door. Everybody was giving it everybody's giving it A's. Yeah,
I will say everything was fine until the way the show closed out. I wish that the show closed out. I mean, It was nothing. I'll put it that way. I just bring it up because I just felt like I was watching it like this could literally have ended 10 minutes ago and it would have been fine. They could have just shook hands. Thank you guys for watching Forbidden Door. You know, we'll see you on Dynamite. Don't go anywhere. You know, but you know, for everybody to come out and abroad and you're a big Forbidden Door, to me, that undermined the entire premise of why you all came together for this. This was supposed to be a whole thing of showing this crossover, New Japan wrestling and also AEW wrestling. And you ended with something that's leading towards Dynamite, which we already knew was. It's not like Dynamite going nowhere. It's coming Wednesday. And I just wish they would have just cut all that. And you got Chris Jericho out there hollering and stuff. Like I seen him earlier. I don't need to see him anymore. Like,
you know, it's crazy.
Feel better now.
You know what's crazy? This happened last week. Chris Jericho, no, Jon Moxley and Tanahashi was in the ring. Jon Moxley did all the talking. Chris Jericho comes out, is beating up everybody. Oh, I got Sammy Guevara. Have sex in front of the camera. Yeah. And also, let me talk for 10 minutes. Why? Why do you have to do that after you just had a match?
Literally was just there. And that was the issue. Like, even Claudio, like, I'm glad he was there, but he did not need to come back out.
I thought he was injured. And he out here, he couldn't do that. He couldn't swing.
The swing, yeah.
He couldn't swing Sabre Jr.
He ended up doing that later. You know, they're always giving the fans what they want. Well, the fans can get what they want Wednesday, man. Like, it's just let everybody go home. You had 4 matches in your pre-buy-in, and you know, just too much. It was nothing. It was just they even played his song. Then they had to go back and play Jon Moxley's song because, oh yeah, I forgot he just won the AEW World Championship again. I think that's how you should have just closed it. That's my only gripe with that ending.
No, it's awful. It's awful. And if we sat here with a huge bottle of Jack Daniels on a Wednesday, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna pick a day. We're gonna go through like the last 10 weeks of AEW. If we had to drink for every post-match brawl,
man,
we would be dead. We would alcohol poisoning with consumas.
I'll be laying on the ground, tongue out. I'll be looking at that man on SpongeBob, got the little cross X on my eyes.
Man, I wouldn't even know what I'd be done. I'd be like that. You ever see them with them drug commercials with that deflated lady? Deflated on the couch. Man, I'm telling you.
I've gotten that image out of my head and you put it back. So thank you.
That would have been me. Well, yeah, just looking at like AEW has so many post-match brawls that it's annoying. It gets old, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be Chris Jericho. Like it's either Chris Jericho, Young Bucks, something Adam Cole related. Like it's the same 12 people.
Yeah. It was just the fact that like too many people in the ring, and I see constantly 4 more people spreading. I'm like, no, I wanted to jump through the TV and just be like, that's enough. Let the people go home.
What's the point of every? Can you agree that at least most of the time AEW's matches are particularly the same? There's always going to be a similar match on the same night, on the same day. Does that make sense?
Yes. They're
always going to be a post-match brawl in like 2 matches. They're always going to be a table spot in at least 2 matches. They're always going to be WWE has the problem with the promos. WWE has a promo problem. I'm Liv Morgan. Dun, 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 dun. You got that Bianca Belair music playing. I'm Bianca Belair. You got Rhea Ripley's music playing. You like, damn. Like, can I say a word? But like, no, but in AEW, you better not lose that match. You lose that match, man. Let's get him. Let's get him. You just beat me up. You already got me. So yeah, I think that's stupid. I just think it's idiotic.
Things that they need to work on. Both sides.
Yeah, definitely both sides. Before we close the show out, I had a question to ask you. There was a compilation just in the media scrum. Right now, I think a couple times Tony Khan, as his talent is leaving, he just hugs the crap out of them. Like Claudio reached for a handshake. Tony Khan literally goes underneath the handshake.
He said, "Forget
and
all
just
that."
hugs him with his heart and soul. Is that just love? Do you want to work for somebody like that? Is that just, or do you think this man's kind of weird? Does Tony Khan give you weird vibes, or do you just think he's a genuinely like awesome, caring person? Then we're not clowning him. I'm just asking.
You know, I mean, I feel like he okay. I just think he's not really necessarily a TV person. I'm gonna say. I think that's just what it is. I think he's just actually like that. Like he may just be a real awkward like person, which is fine. Like a lot of us are awkward. You know, it's just we see his because he's on a whenever he is out, it's Tony Khan. Like it's a big guy in AEW. So it's like more, you know, on a microscope, like okay. And when he do this awkward stuff like that, like hugging people and stuff, it is kind of like, what you doing? Why you just gonna shake his hand? You know, I mean, but everybody different. I mean, different people, different bosses. I mean, some bosses would just be like, hey, get out my face. Tony Khan will hug you. So, I mean, necessarily,
this man pay you $3 million.
Hey, that's why exactly. I mean, it's different. It's, why you had to throw that in there like that, man? Hey, you know, I don't even know. I thought you were gonna go somewhere else when somebody tried to hug Vince McMahon, but you went to that. But that's my point. That still amplifies my point. Different people, different. Just like you said, I'm not trying to clown him at all. It was just when I seen I saw the picture and I was just like, oh, he's happy for him to be there. But yeah, I just put up to that's just Tony Khan, just awkward, but that's just who he is.
I think Tony Khan is just a lovable. He's like that lovable, awkward guy. Like I don't have a problem with Tony Khan. Like the way he treats his wrestlers, the way he treats the business workers, people that he's done business with. Like he's really awesome. Sounds really awesome.
Doing the best he can.
Yeah, definitely doing that. Even being part of the Jaguars, even though they're ass. Like, still a great. So what he's doing is great, and so to see, but it's just the fact when if I just couldn't have, I could have a conversation with him, but I'd be like, Tony, look, you got to slow down for me 1 second. Like, I can only keep up so much.
But then I look at that like I guess that you can't get upset with it because I guess they feel like he legit loves this. He like doing this, and that's just his enthusiasm trying to spread it to other people. Like, hey, I love this, and I want you to love it too. So join, like
so join me.
I look at it like he wants his energy to be contagious, and sometimes if it just don't spread, then it's just some contagious energy that just look weird. Which that's just how it is. What it is.
No, I definitely agree.
I got like Willie Reeves. I got to get one for TK.
No, I definitely agree. But look, I think we've reached the hour mark. Is there anything you want to say before we close this show out?
I always smile before I do this. Let me change my demeanor because I'm on the AEW side. I just walked through the forbidden door. Ladies and gentlemen, I walked through my own forbidden door. I'm normally not even here speaking on that AEW. That's usually Izzy's backyard, but he left the back gate open and I walked right in. Got me a little whatever, Bud Light, Coors Light, whatever they had back there, and we was kicking it, talking about Forbidden Door. I'll put it like this. Forbidden Door, it was great. I'm excited to see if they have it again. Hopefully they have it in Japan, and they just kind of do like a home and away type of thing. But I won't keep you guys too long. It's Monday. It's John Cena Day. This is the day that the GOAT debuted. I was a little youngin'. Now I'm an old, grown, grizzled veteran now. No pun intended to the actual team. But I won't be long. I'm going to hand it back over to my co-host, the man who's hiding, but he can't hide from the truth at all. The one and only Isaiah Jackson Jr.
Man, this man should be a pastor. I ain't gonna take too long.
Funny you say that because I've actually had 3 people tell me that in my whole life.
I'm telling you, as soon as he says I ain't gonna take too long, yeah, that's exactly what them pastors be saying.
I
ain't gonna take too long. You there for another half hour.
Maybe I should.
He said, I ain't gonna take too long, but it's John Cena Day. I remember when I was little. I'm like, man, I was
We just start reminiscing. Like I hear John C, I just be like, man.
And you're right. This is the next time we do an AEW review, I'm gonna do the outro.
See,
I'll do the outro. Then I have my own music too. I might just put your music in reverse and just play it.
See what I'm saying? Like that's uncalled for. Like just uncanny violence. It's not even needed. Like
it's definitely not. Look, but thank you all for listening. Devin's right. We're 30 right now. We're recording this on a Monday. We're 30 minutes away from Cena Day. So we're not gonna review Raw, but we will live tweet about it. We're gonna tweet about it. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for listening.